Hello everyone and welcome back to the Age of the Ring. My name is Naodline and today we're doing another Age of the Ring cast. This time we have a Dol Guldur player, good old Tharbadd, a very good friend of mine I must say. Definitely has got me into the PvP community quite nicely. And we've also got Eldarion, another person that I've played with quite a bit, know quite a bit about. I'd say we're decent friends. I've only known him for a week. But yeah, so today we've got Dol Guldur versus Mordor. Now, Tharbadd is a incredibly good Dol Guldur player. As you can see here, he's wasted no time going straight for the early Dol Guldur jail right in front of the enemy base. He is not a nice person with Dol Guldur. He is ruthless. But he's also got 3 slave mills over here. And unlike other factions, Dol Guldur, they don't get their builders back instantly, but they do start with 4. So they do get a slight early advantage if played with properly. However, that does mean you also have to spend a lot of money on constantly getting more shades. But I think with proper play, you don't ever have to build too many shades. And also, you can build towers that can act as your shade-generating buildings. Now, he knows there's a Wargler over here, so he's gone straight for a early Orc Jailer units. Because the money you can get from creeping those lairs is so worth it. And Eldarion has gone straight for a double Orc Pit, going straight for Pikemen. He's thinking Tharbadd might go for a early Spider rush. He has also been known to do that. Even just 1 unit of Spiders is a threat to anyone. But yeah, he's even going for a 3rd Orc Pit. The Orc spam is real. And yet he's got Orc Warriors coming out from these 2 barracks over here. He's built 3 slaughterhouses so far. As I said in the last video, going triangle buildings for resources, and then 1 or even 2 barracks can really speed roll your economy into the late game. And yet we see here triple as well. Eldarion is waiting. He's currently wasting no time going straight into these broken rabble. Now, I originally thought broken rabble were honestly not worth it because the jailers could go straight into risen dead form. But actually, these broken rabble, really good. Like, really good. And, of course, Eldarion decided to throw down a tower over here. Only costs 150. And it actually gets a small amount of resources from its existence. Yeah, it gets 3 resources per tick. And it's just sitting there to annoy poor old Eldarion, who is getting a few power points from it. So I'll admit, it was worth it. But it is actually distracting him so that Tharbadd can build more forward mines. He's built another tower over here, which he is getting shades from, which now only costs 90, because the tethered shades do cost less for more towers you have. So just paying 150 for 6 times for half-price shades is actually really good, in my opinion. Obviously, probably not, again, early game, not probably the best thing. But, yeah, can the Orc spam beat the Broken Rabble spam? Well, we have got Thrain over here, who does give Broken Rabble all experience and armor. And then at level 7 you can give them experience. So the reason I thought Broken Rabble were really bad is because when they died, unless they reach level 2, they don't get to summon any undead. But I thought it was like whenever they killed something, there's a chance of it becoming risen dead. Not when they die, they become risen dead. So look at this unit of Broken Rabble over here. The second one of them dies, they rise up again as risen dead. It's an evil combination, a beautiful scheme. And Thrain should be in here somewhere, leveling up. And yep, getting more Broken Rabble from over here. Because Broken Rabble cost 60 resources less than the jailers, it's actually more efficient to just go full spam. Okay, let's see what's going on over at Eldarion's base. I kind of just ignored what he was doing there. But he went for Cracks of Doom. Dol Guldur units are already known for being quite weak in the health department in the early game because they are really... Oh, are you going to get Thrain out in time? Is he going to escape? Not quite. Not quite, but it's okay. Thrain is a very cheap hero, and he's also really good. I say he's the best cheap hero in the game. Farmer Maggot, I'm sorry, but even your generating resources can't beat Risen Dead. I'm sorry, but they can't. Yeah, as you can see here, already got a couple of the Risen Dead, which are similar to the Risen Dead that come from the Jailers. But these are even better because they have the ability called Down with the Sickness. Enemies slain by the Risen Dead are temporarily reanimated on the player's side. So it's not a permanent reanimation, but it is a temporary one, and that is still a nasty thing to go with. For power-wise, for Tharbadd, he went for Don't Follow the Lights, which is similar to the Excavation stun, but you have to destroy a Tethered Shade, which is also going to give a negative debuff to anything in the area if it's allowed to live. So he's gone for a second forward jail. He's not being spanning too far south, which is fine. I'm actually going to just quickly switch to the main view. Yeah, he could have maybe built a couple more mills out here, but he is focusing mainly on his military might to try and counter Eldarion's orc spam. But unfortunately, the orcs of Mordor are just too much. When there's enough of them, that's extra damage, 50 damage for all those orcs. And they're just surrounding that jail, and I think this jail is about to go down. The Broken Rabble may be good, but without the help of Thrain, they're never going to reach level 2, or at least not very likely to hit level 2. So that's where they will go down, unfortunately. Oh, but he did save up for Crimple. So, you win some, you lose some. He did get Crimple, so he's now getting some jailers summoned, and he did get a second jail up. So he might actually come back from this. Crowds will do be used on the back line. Oh, and Don't Follow the Lights was thrown out as well to paralyse all those orcs in fear. Now, there's a lot of orc archers not being protected by any infantry. The infantry front line got obliterated in that assault. Now, unfortunately, these orc archers are very quickly getting cut down by the Rabble, which have been taken down. But as you can see, seconds later, they come back as the Risen Dead. These orcs are not safe at all. Should always beware the Broken Rabble. Early game, I used to always say that Risen Dead were OP. Well, since I've been doing more PvP, going for Risen Dead are even more OP. But going for the Risen Dead from Broken Rabble is something else entirely. Because it's so much cheaper, and it is really a threat. Now, Crimple got chased all the way back into the base. It's unfortunate. He does do extra damage to some heroes. And also, at rank 3, his strikes also lower the armor of enemies within a small radius. So yeah, don't mess with Crimple. Dol Guldur's heroes and units are so well done that they've actually needed to be nerfed quite a few times already. And some places buffed. The Broken Rabble are definitely a place where they have a need of buffing and have been buffed. Or will be buffed. Okay, the Orc spam has now gone to 4 pits, and we have the Troll Lair to try and get rid of this forward jail. Tharbadd does not build any other building of any kind to make units. He might want to change that. Oh, that slave mill is going to get hit by those wargs. He might want to demolish that. Building another forward slave mill. He is really just going all in on the Risen Dead. He is not afraid. Now these trolls, I would actually be a bit afraid of those trolls. But Tharbadd, he does not fear a troll. For he is the ultimate troll. Look at these Risen Dead just going around striking down this poor little bugger. Excellent. Now, with Tharbadd's current strategy, he's forced Eldarion to put all his money into his army, so he's only managed to get now a Ring Wraith. I probably would have not gone for the Ring Wraith myself, because obviously the Jailers and the Broken Rabble can very quickly surround it and bring it down. Now it's got to look best against factions that go Archer heavy. Meanwhile, Dol Guldur does not go Archers in this at all. They have 1 Archer unit and Entwide. Actually, no, 2 Archer units, but we won't go into those units. Oh, speaking of, we see the Fount of Corruption coming up. Eldarion's getting ready to end this game, preparing for going Entwise, and yep, still spamming Broken Rabble. And I think that second shade over here, he's going to build a second jail to help keep the spam up. Because yeah, oh, I thought I heard Call the Horde over there. Nope, maybe not. Oh, Tharbadd picked up Dark Hysteria. I think sometimes this power doesn't work the way it should. I have noticed before that sometimes, even when used on an entire enemy army, if it's currently attacking an enemy in another area, it doesn't seem to work. Oh, wow! Tharbadd is going all balls on no balls, throwing another forward gel right in front of Eldarion's face, and he's only managed to get 4 slaughterhouses. He's not been able to expand out any further, but he has got a lumber mill. He's done decent with that. But yeah, with Tharbadd's constant harass and being able to keep up the spam, the Broken Rabble have just been able to constantly wipe out any forward advance, and is now actually straight on his doorstep. Unfortunate state to be in. I should know. I've been in that situation several times. I've actually been the one to inflict the killing blow. So he's built this barrow, not so much to use it for getting the unburied whites, just to have it there as a thing that gives more corruption, I would say. So it gives them extra damage as well, having them in that corruption. But I completely forgot about that. Broken Rabble are getting even more powerful just by being in the Dark Presence. Although, Tharbadd could be saving up for good old Necromancer. I never get the expansions for these, for the Dol Guldur Fortress. There's a tower, there's a Boneyard for Someone's Risen Dead, and then the Forlorn Statue, which is basically a House of Lamentation from good old Rise of the Witch King vanilla days. Oh, Eldarion went for it. Oh no, that's not his second Nazgul. That is Kamor the Easterling of Dol Guldur. Formerly of Mordor, before Dol Guldur came out. And that was... God, that does not feel like it was a long time ago at all. Oh, level 4 Broken Rabble. You don't see that every day, I tell you. I'll tell you now, you don't see that every day. But yeah, look at that. All those forward Orc Pits have been obliterated in this assault. It's a real shame that Eldarion's been forced into this corner. Oh, he has now gone for his Gathering All Evil to him. A very good power for countering the Rabble and the Undead, because they are all basic infantry. They are not the Jailer cavalry neutralizing units. But yeah, Eldarion right now probably could try to expand, and probably should, but I think he was just too focused on getting rid of this base. Tharbadd just keeps throwing more and more enemies. He's even starting to get some Orc Hunters and some Blighted Trappers. I never see this unit getting played in my games, but goddamn, he knows how to make good use of them. Oh, there we go. He's gathering all evil to him. Going to crush all that level 1 Broken Rabble in their tracks before they can level up. But look at that. Frayne getting the kill on a Nazgul. That has got to hurt. That has got to hurt. Yep, still getting Orc Pits with the Orc Pit spam. Although, it looks like both factions... Oh, yeah, Tharbadd is definitely doing better with his economy. Actually, not too much better. He's only got 6 slave mills, and Eldarion does have the lumber mill, which is making him just as much. And yet those these slaughterhouses are now becoming level 3, so they're going to have an archer tower on top of everything else. And yet look at that, constantly still making more and more Broken Rabble. You can't go wrong with Broken Rabble, I tell you. You really can't. So, from Dark Hysteria, he could get Wither, or he could get Darkness, if he wanted a tier 3 power. I have a feeling he's going to go for Wither. Oh, just realised that wasn't an ordinary spider. That was Sinafra. I love Sinafra so much. She reminds me back in the day of War in the North. Unfortunately, not a game you can really play anymore on Windows 10, because, well, I can't, because my game lags out crazy. Just Windows 10 and all that stuff. Yeah, Sinafra is such a good hero, and just tunneling out to safety like that takes you back to Shelob, but actually using the burrow early instead of having it level 10. Oh, we've got some more Blighted Trappers coming out, And he hasn't built this to tier 3 yet. He's just building more blighted trappers. Ah, that's why, to deal with the trolls. He wants his broken rabble to deal with the infantry, but he needs something more efficient to deal with the trolls. And that's Sinatra tanking those pike hits. She may be a spider, she may be a giant spider, but she is not a... she's no fool when it comes to pikes. She knows how to defend herself against pikes. Now, I think this gel's going to fall. Yep. Troll got enough in. The Cracks of Doom not doing too much damage to the troll itself, but to everything around it. Very efficient, but there down goes the troll. And that's a level 4 Broken Rabble. And as I said, yep, there he goes for Wither. Disable and damage all structures in a radius, which could affect his 2 main resource, his main production buildings. Or it could be used straight onto the fortress itself to stop any heroes from being brought back. But he has just brought out another one. Oh, and he's bringing out another lumber mill. Now, where this lumber mill is actually a bit of a mistake, because if your lumber mills are too close, the labourers sometimes struggle to differentiate which one they should go to, and they'll always go to... Oh, there goes the Wither. As I said, it was going to go use straight onto them, and it even hit the fortress. That was a beautiful application of that Wither. And yet, it looks like... Oh, he's gone for his... oh, no. Those just Ravagers from... what's his name? Crimple's summon. Unfortunate turn of events there for Eldarion. He's not either of his powers close to back up yet. Yeah, you can see these labourers over here. They start by going to here, but they could potentially also hit this lumber mill if they're too close. It is a trap I've fallen for a few times. But yeah, those Ravagers, oh, their damage is insane. Their damage is insane. And now he's actually just buying them en masse. He's decided to go out the Broken Rabble spam, and is going to start cleaning up the enemy base with those Ravagers. And that was the Ravager summon that did that much damage, on top of the Wither. Now, how is Eldarion going to come back from this? With 3 resource buildings, 1 half dead. In fact, no, 2 resource buildings. Tharbadd throwing down some of his risen dead just to clean up that farm. That was a pesky little move. And yep, he's just going to fall back. He's going to hold on for those Ravagers. Now, the problem with the Ravagers is, in my opinion, what do you do against them? How do you beat them? They're so tanky. They're so strong. So strong. Oh, we see a catapult expansion coming up. I think he was anticipating the Entwives, which he's still not gone for the level 3 font. He is not interested at all for going for that font of corruption. Has he got any more shades building up? No, he does not. Is he saving up to upgrade? Oh, he's saving up the jail to upgrade so he can get the Tomb Guard. That can counter his troll, Eldarion's trolls and his Nazgul. I'm guessing the Nazgul are actually good at trampling large, small entity units like the Ravagers, perhaps. Or is this gonna? Does that work? I don't think that works. Is he using it to take the flag? He's gonna capture the flag. He's gonna capture the flag. He wants that vision. Okay. Oh, we got a pretty little face up there of the Tomb Guard. Oh, he's going for hunters. So what's the plan here? Tharbadd, what's the plan? What are you scheming in that little brain of yours? So it looks like Eldarion is still just going for... Oh, he's gone for the Morgul Vanguard. That's right. Because he's got... Oh, the Legions of Morgul even. Because he did get the... I can't remember what that power was actually called. Morgul Sorcery. Went for the Morgul Sorcery power. Okay. Yeah, Eldarion, unfortunately, has been pretty badly afflicted by those previous assaults. And now... Oh, there he is. There's Big Boy Necromancer. And I'm guessing he doesn't want the Unburied Wight still? He has a Necromancer, so he should be able to recruit them. But yeah, with the Necromancer on the field, I'd say that's pretty much GG. He's getting another jail out. He's getting those Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard, I honestly don't typically get to. But if you can, they are evil forces. Oh, Kamal over here. Going in, doing his damage, getting out. Nearby Undead gain extra damage as well when near Kamal. Oh, what was over here? Oh, another Nazgul. Oh, was that Nazgul? Okay, Frame decides to come up and say, nope, you can't have that signal fire. He's going to destroy that. Oh, the Great Siege Work's coming out. Oh. So, is Mordor infantry enough with siege to... Oh, he's just spent 2,000 on the Morgul Vanguard. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't think Eldarion noticed that he got the level 3 jail and he has got Tomb Guard out here. Those Tomb Guard are just going to constantly be on the tails of those Vanguard. It's unfortunate. Oh, and he's even got the Malice Arrows, or whatever they're called. This called fire arrows? Yeah, they've got the green fire arrows of the Dol Guldur hunters, which they do also then get the ability to bring it down. Temporarily increases damage to flying units. I don't think anything else in this game actually indicates that they do extra damage to flying units. He might have just been doing that specifically for the Witch King, because obviously that's why he also went off these Blighted Trappers, because if Eldarion gets any Nazgul on Fell Beasts, this army would perish very quickly, or at least a melee infantry focused army would very quickly perish. So he's preparing for that potential of that. And yep, there's the Unburied Wights. I never get to use these very much because I never get the time to. Nearby attacking living unit attacks against living units restore health to the Unburied Wights. Very few units that aren't classed as living. Obviously, all the undead of Dol Guldur. All the Guldur Stone being used on here to view the base and poisoning all enemy units inside. I think the Guldur Stone is actually a bit busted because of that. The fact it can poison all units in that radius. Obviously, it's a radius you have to select. So if you know where your enemy's going to be, it's a smart thing to do. Oh, okay, so he's going around the side with the Vanguard. Oh, and wow, that actually burnt the Blighted Trappers. What? Oh, they must have been half health. Okay. Yeah, using the Vanguard over here. He's just taking out the Wild Glades. He just wants those extra resources. Makes sense. Neither player has really expanded outwards. Unlike in the last cast, it seems like both factions are just fighting over the centre. And there goes another Nazgul. And the Guldur Stone again. How quickly does that come back? Wow, that is actually really fast. If you consider how much you can use that and how much that poisons the Orcs, those Orcs can't heal. Those Orcs are permanently without health. And yep, look how quickly that farm goes down. Was Eldarion prepared enough, or is he going to fall in one fell swoop? He's waiting for all the infantry to go forward, so that he's gathering all evil to him can be used on the back line. The Vanguard are going all the way into the enemy base. I would recall them to try and stop all this madness. So Nafra threw down her power again. It's only at level 6. Level 6. She also summons other things. But yep, there goes that lovely trample. Not quite killing every single hunter. They're not the best tramplers, which is a bit unfortunate because that's the whole point of the power, is to trample with Cav. But yeah, 1-2 trample should be enough to bring most of those units down. But Tharbadd was quick enough to recognise this and brought them into his Tomb Guard, or at least into his infantry. Meanwhile, the Ravagers are moving into the enemy base, hitting that fortress hard. Sauron, as I mentioned, he's a #1 hero because he has everything in his kit. Siege damage, hero damage. Oh, we saw the Magma Cauldron played out. I never get to use the Magma... I never seen a good time to use the Magma Cauldron. But when you can burn half an army like that... So good. It's good. Let's have a look at Eldarion over here. He did go for the Spell of Concealment to reduce the damage and armor of all enemy units in the radius. And now goes the fortress. I think that is GG. I would say that is GG, unfortunately. Well played on both sides. It was unfortunate that Eldarion didn't get more chance to use his Morgul Vanguard. He still had them in the enemy base. Oh, yeah. The problem with putting in, the Vanguard into this fight to try and fight in melee is the Tomb Guard. The Tomb Guard are just perfect counters to that heavy cav unit. Because when one dies, they just get even stronger. Well played on both sides. Well done. Hope everyone's all enjoyed this cast. And if you did, please subscribe and like and all that other stuff that all YouTubers tell you to do. And until next time, my friends, farewell.